Hello and welcome to Construction Wolf. This time we're going to be looking at this new modular building for 2025, the Tudor Corner. So it's quite a sizable set, 3,266 pieces, and it's a corner building because LEGO normally release one every 3 years in a corner style. So this is, the third year along, and it's nice to see, we're a British themed set. So obviously because I'm from the UK, so it's good that's got some representation. It looks like it's going to be quite an impressive build and quite distinctive to some of the other modular buildings they've released in the past. And you may have seen my video from the New Year's Day shopping trip that I had at the LEGO store. And then I joined a big queue and tried to get this, but unfortunately it just sold out shortly before I got to purchase it. So I went and put my order online on that day, and it took just over a week to come, but I finally got it. And then I did, as I launched, ordered on launch day, I got the corner kiosk gift with purchase, which sold out within a couple of days, I think. And then I also even got the Lucky Knots gift with purchase. So good to get on release, get those bonus sets as well. So totally for free. That's quite good. In addition to inside the points. So I'm going to get on inside now. Got my scissors ready to cut all the seals on this, and it looks like it's not the sort of side entry box. It's like you lift the lid off of it, so there's quite a lot of seals to cut off. There you go, 2 on each side. Try not to cut my finger. That's all the seals, so I'll put those down, and then actually I think I'll have to flip it up the other way now to lift the lid off. That's different to how they sometimes do it. Let's put that there. Oh, it's paper bags. Okay, so this is the first set I've actually opened, whereas the paper bags, so good for recycling, and they're quite big actually, aren't they? I think maybe I don't know if they stand up. Let's try it out. No, not this one, but depends how big it is, isn't it? But no, okay. But anyway, loads of paper bags. So I'm going to get these all out, and we'll order them. Got all the bags out now, and they're quite large, aren't they, compared to the plastic ones inside, so we'll see what's in those in a bit. And then it goes from all the way from bag 1 to bag 20 in this set. There's over 3,000 pieces. I've got a cardboard sleeve here which has the base plate, which is inside, and that's green this time. And then we do have one small plastic bag still, which is some of the large plate in it. And then also here, I've got this very nice looking envelope. You see with the sort of Lego brick print on it, which is the instructions I assume going by the pattern. So it looks like you just pull it open. It shows these little pull tabs on it. And yeah, it's the instruction book. So I have to be careful, don't bend your instructions pulling this out too much. It's not as rigid as these envelopes that they had in it. And yeah, that's my instruction book, so quite thick. So we'll have a look at that in a moment. I've got the instruction book out, and there's no stickers. That's very good for this set, because it's always a fiddle getting the stickers in the set and applying them, and just more durability if they're prints. So here's the actual designer himself, and I think he's sort of new to modular buildings. I'm not sure what other sets he's designed, but he's seems to have done a very good job and brought some fresh ideas to the modular building lineup from what I can see for the set. And then obviously we just get started straight away. We're on to part 1. And if I skip through to the end here, we'll see how many stages there are. Quite a lot, I imagine. So it goes all the way up to 589 steps. And you can see they've got little comments throughout the book as well, just of pieces of note in the set. Okay, so I'm going to Mills plate this set because I am building my Lego city. It just makes it more rigid, moving the sets around, and when I'm carrying up the loft, etc. So as you may have seen in my previous video, I already pre-prepared in advance of getting it on 1st January, but it didn't happen in Mills plate. And you can see how I've done it there. When it's quite rigid, I can just pop it straight onto the base plate like so, and then just push it into place. There we go. Already done in solid, ready. So good. And then you'll see I've put the green section here as it's all tiled off, as you can see from the instructions here. That'd be a wall there. But there's this little bit at the back where there's the sort of bins. I don't know if I can find the page of that one. You can see just there. So that's grass area, so I've had to make that in green, but the rest is all tiled off. So I've put it in grey. So I'm going to open one of these paper bags for the first time. You see there's a tear tab. You just pull it open. Oh, it's not gone across the perforation a bit, but we're not going to keep these anyway. Oh, it has gone across there. You'll see what's inside. So look, you've got little paper bags within the bag, just like they did with the plastic bags, really. And then I'll just open these up. Looks like you just tear them along here and get in with an umbrella. So yeah, I'm going to get these open now. We'll just say with these bags, you sort of just have to tear them, and then they sort of will be discarded after. That's fine unless you recycle them, but just be careful, because I found in some of the corners you can't see through them, and little bits get stuck in there. So just getting all the bits out. So now it's going to be a difficult part, unfortunately, because this was the bit we used to do with the wolf where he always started the set, and this is going to be the first time since he passed away, that I'm going to actually start a set, surprisingly. But you know, it is you know what it is really. And we've got our only remaining chihuahua here now, Jazz. So he's here for moral support, aren't you? You're going to oversee things, and you miss the wolf as well, don't you? Yeah, I think he does. So yeah, I'm just going to get in and, you know, start the set now, and then, you know, we'll always remember the wolf when we do this bit, and, you know, building and, you know, the channel as well. So yeah, hopefully there's still, you know, so many sort of memories we have of him, and we're going to create some more memories as well. And here's the completed Tudor Corner. So unfortunately it's got to late February, and I'm only just getting this video out now. And I also mentioned I had the issue where I went to the store on 1st of January, it sold out, and then I had to wait for it to come in the post. And then I've had a few issues as well, such as I had a car accident a couple of months ago now, and luckily I wasn't, you know, sort of badly injured. But that went on for a while, waiting for it to get repaired, and then it turned out it was written off. So then I've had to be rushing around trying to sort of buy a new car, which I've sorted now. But, you know, it all takes time, which detracts me getting this Lego done. But here it is in all its glory. So, yeah, really impressive build. It's a lot of fun to do. And it'd be better just to show you now some of the key features and building techniques. We start off looking at the minifigures first. They all sort of fit in quite nicely into the set with the different stories going on. Fortunately, they don't really have any leg detailing, you know, sort of any print detailing there, and none of them are arm detailing, but there's a nice selection of figures anyway. And so we've got the chef that works in the kitchen, and sort of, you know, chef's uniform, and yeah, she's all ready for cooking action. And then we've got the innkeeper, and she works behind the bar and, you know, serves drinks and the food, takes the orders, like her jumper, and got a cool hairpiece. And then we've got the clockmaker with the impressive stash. That's an extra sort of piece that slots between the head and the body. And here's one of the few with the print detailing on the legs with the ovals extending over. And then we've got the mannequin that's in the shop window for the haberdashery, sort of, you know, displaying one of the suits. And some people actually say this reminds them of the Slender Man. You know, if you've got the Jack Skellington minifigure long legs, that would be, you know, fitting quite nice for that horror figure. So people are excited about that one. And then we've got the haberdasher owner, you know, who's like doing the sort of tailor work, you know, making sort of clothes and hats. And, you know, he obviously would look very smart, wouldn't he? And he'd want to, you know, to demonstrate his wares. So he looks quite cool. And then we've got a chimney sweep. Sort of quite a plain look, but I guess he's going to be covered in soot, and so the black works with a bit of leg detailing. You can see he's got this nice long brush for cleaning out the chimney. And I like, actually, he's got this, in addition to the flat cap, this sort of rubberized hood piece. See, there's, I've not seen that before. That just sort of slots in, so that's quite a cool thing to have. And then finally we have, you know, sort of just like a regular civilian that walks down the street past, and she's got that cool sort of dual moulded head and hair piece. I think that came in the Orient Express train, actually. And then we've got one final minifigure, which I'll try and roll in. There we go. Almost made it into the shop. So this is the lady that lives in the top floor of the apartment. She's got a few headphones and sort of minor detailing. And then I'm not sure you call it sort of bike with a cart on the front, if there's a technical term. But it says in the book she can use it to like take a shopping around, or even a cat to the vet. So there's a cat, and then the other cat that you'll see in the building might be hers as well. So that's the figures. And then I thought I'd just quickly show you, actually, what I've started doing is put my spares into these bags. And you see, it's interesting how much you get after you've built the set. Obviously they give you like loads of little small pieces, but quite a reasonable amount. And then there's some good pieces left over actually in here. So I don't know if I can find any. Probably just, I found, like, for example, a spare moustache, a spare like whip, and there's even one of the printed you know, sort of bugs in here somewhere. I think, is that one? Yeah, here we go. So that's quite near set. I think it came in the botanical gardens as well. So there you go, you'll see if I get my hand out of the way. There you go, that printed bug. So that's the spares. And just for completion, I'll show you the back of the minifigures, and I've removed their hair pieces if they have a second face. So there you go. So that's the whole minifigures. And here's the actual Tudor Corner itself. So I'm going to dive straight on in and have a look. So this is the front of the old guarded inn. I like how they've used, like, you know, sort of barrel, something like that you might use in, you know, real life, to make a little sort of rustic table with a few sort of basic chairs. And then you've got, like, you know, sort of nice awning over, and then you can sort of see inside, but obviously it's dark in there. And then you know, you've got different sort of flowers that they've dotted in. And I like this signing, all print pieces I think I've mentioned already. So the old guarded inn, and they've got the Lego goat just in there, so that's a nice little reference. And then these are quite new sort of flower pieces when they started in the botanical garden set that came out at the end of last year. So they're sort of diversifying things a bit. And then outside we've got, you know, railings, like how they've used the handcuffs, which are a bit wonky actually, to you know, and the bollards for the railings. And then this sort of in the instruction book says it's an old sort of reference to the sort of tiling that they had before the street was renovated, and they've got that actually up here as well, the entrance to the haberdashery. And we've got like a menu and sort of lamp. Then the side to the inn. I like the colour scheme actually, with the sort of the green and the sort of black. It looks really good. And then we've actually got the, you know, the haberdashery shop, and again printed piece. So like the little sort of details they put in here. That it looks good, sort of like little sort of feather pieces. And then that's the door, obviously it's all working and opens up. We'll have a look in there in a moment. And then there's the lamp. And then sort of the back of the set is, you know, quite basic, but you'd have that propped up if you were doing it into a city, or that'd just be, you know, on your shelf, sort of with the, you know, sort of the back. And then we've got like, you know, the sort of stairs there, and then outside there's a little sort of grassy area, which is sort of the back of the inn with a little cat, which might be the top flats, could be the one of her cats. And we've got like a bin in here, I don't think I can open it. Easily, oh no, can they easily there? And there's sort of a little joke with a fish in it that the cat's trying to get to. So I'll replace the bin lid, and you can see good detailing with the vine sort of plant work up there. And I think that's probably a little reference there to that's grown due to this drain pipe just dripping down along here. So, you know, very well thought out set. And then the stairs we've got, I'll show you in closer detail in a moment, but you see this little sort of arch here. If you can just pull this up, and then you can easily access inside the toilet for the inn. But we'll have a look at that again in a moment, but that's the only sort of another way to try and access it, which is quite a nice sort of technique. So just slot that in there, and you see it just drops in easily enough. Pushes in, it's very simple. And then we've got like up above, you know, railings. They sort of haven't really thought it out. I think one of them's popped up, so she just pushed that down. There's no access that none of the figures could easily get to, so it's left to the imagination there, but there's like a little balcony. I think maybe a little sort of Star Wars droid legs they've used there, you can see. But it all looks good. And then sort of, you know, the brick part there, with the masonry bricks. And then, you know, the impressive roof as well, which we'll get to in a sort of a moment. And then, yeah, just following it around. You can see, and they just use different textures and like curves. And I think the colours blend in really well as well. You know, this sort of nugget effect, and with the blue it just all sort of pops but works. And then you've got the red roof as well, with the sort of the black and white Tudor effect. So let's actually take a look on inside. So it's very easy to sort of get into the building, as it's you know, modular, so you can just pop the floors off. Try and do it one by one. So that's the, you know, the top floor we're looking at in a moment, and then the next floor again, that's already sort of just pops off like so. So we're obviously starting the ground floor with the entrance, you know, to the haberdashery. You can see the mannequin in the shop window. And then we've got obviously the inn, and then we've got the kitchen in the back. So what I've done is I've taken a shot now before I built all these walls up, so it's easier to access and film and let all the light in. So let's take a look at that. We start off with the mannequin, that'll be at the front of the shop window. So this is the haberdashery, and you can see there's lots of you know, cloths and yarns, the different hats the owner makes. He even makes some umbrellas actually. And then on the counter there's basic sort of till and scissors. And I like the you know, the tile work inside this shop. Quite, you know, it's like a unique sort of pattern in there. And then to the back of that is actually the kitchen for the you know, the inn. So you can see like there's, you know, like oven, a little sausage in there. I'll just close that up. Just left it open to show you, and you know, sauces and pans. And then this is the bar. You see there's a tile work at the bottom. That's sort of just around the main bar. So that's quite nice colours. So let's build some more. So I've added the details now so you can see, and you know, like the different stools, and you know, sort of the plate work for the tiling, like wood flooring. And you can see like it's very well detailed bar. I've got like, you know, your classic English sort of bacon and eggs with a bit of toast, and some lamps and cups. There's even a little coffee machine, and you know, sort of different bits back there on the bar, a little flower. So very nicely detailed. And till as well again. So that's a close look at the coffee machine. And then sort of we've got this corridor, and just down here you'll see the toilet, which I showed you hopefully a bit earlier. So you can have a better look at that. Now I've not built it all up over it yet. See a little toilet roll in there. Just placing the minifigures back in reminded me actually this wall can be popped out as well, so you've got easy access to the kitchen. So since then, with it all built up, you see all the walls are fully in, and got a few more, you know, I think maybe the hats, I'm not sure if they were there. And then we've got, you know, a seating area on the other side with a menu, you can see. A nice little sort of, you know, flower there, and a picture of a bridge, and plenty of clocks in this set. You'll see there's one there, and then there's one in the kitchen. So let's look at the next floor. So I'll just carry that over. I've now placed the first floor, which is the clockmakers. See a nice big clock outside, looks really good with the print piece on either side. There we go. And then obviously this is the entrance, and it is a bit of an unusual setup. So you get in here to get into the clockmakers, you know, workshop. But then the person that lives in the apartment, the top floor, has to go through the clockmakers to then go to their apartment. Nice sort of angled stairs they've got there. So what I did is I filmed here with the walls not built up, so I can easily access it and get more lighting. So let's take a look at that video. And this is the clockmakers, just getting to the end of bag 13, and I've thought I've made the walls up, but it's easy to see actually get some light in here to show you some of the details. So I've thought it'd be a good idea to film at this stage. So you can see the entrance doors come in, and then this is the door to the flat that's upstairs. And then also talking about doors, we've got under the stairs here a little storage area where the clockmaker keeps his hoover. There it is, managed to get that out. So there's a little cute hoover with like a interesting part and usage of a whip for the sort of hose there. So pop that back in there. And then that in tidy. And then you'll see there's so many clocks now. See the clockmaker very sort of dedicated to his field. So I've counted there's like 11 different clock faces in here. And you see lots of different build types that I've done. This was quite an interesting one actually, where it's the, if I can pull it out to show you. It's like a little ski pole that they popped in there. So that was quite interesting. There, so I'll pop that back in, and then we can scan around. And like this use of the magnifying glasses, the clock makers working on is, you know, like clocks in is a bit of a fine detail to see. And there's like, you know, even like a flower piece that's like supposed to be a cog there. It's quite nice, more clocks. Even got an hourglass, a little lamp. And then like the curved window, which we saw on the outside. And again, more sort of clocks here. And there's a little fireplace just down there. And then again, you can see all the variety of different clock builds that are in this set. Quite a lot, and he's got a nice sort of a tile rug there as well. Nice sort of grandfather clock there. Yeah, so that's the clockmakers. And this is with the walls fully assembled. You can see in the sort of windows and clocks. So all looks really good. So plenty of clocks in here. It'd be like a Time Lord's delight. That's very timey-wimey.
Shut up, just shut up, shut up, shut up, shut it up.
Well, after that fun, we'll now look at the final floor. So this is, you know, the very sort of classic Tudor building, the black and white. So you've got, you know, the black, which is normally the wood sort of painted in black, like traditionally like timber sort of framing. And then it's called like wattle and daub, this, which is like sort of, you know, sticks and mud and straw that you use to make this, and painted sort of in a whitewash. And I've actually made a video to show you how this angles were achieved. This was an interesting technique to get the Tudor, you know, black and white building effect with the black timbers. So the angles were actually achieved by, see here, this sort of partial tile just sort of slotted in. You know, there's different like cheese slopes, and then just slots in between those. So very effective. Impressive techniques used to build this set. And then I also like, you know, sort of these pieces, just add lots of little details to the set. And then, you know, obviously the red roof. And then if we just pop the top off, so this is how we get into the top floor. Then if we just have a look on inside, this is, you know, where the top of the stairs arch up. And then this is interesting, something I didn't know, the sort of sunflower, if I can zoom in here. This is, again, all print. You'll see just there the sunflower lanyard. So I only learnt recently, actually, through LEGO, says, you know, getting the message across. This is, you know, to show people with, you know, where if they've got hidden disabilities. So that's, you know, sort of something interesting I've learnt from this set. And then we've got, like, you know, a bookshelf with well-stocked books. And then this, you know, minifigures sort of like, so, you know, sort of insects. They've got a few like printed pieces to show insects in little sort of glass tanks there. Got the window, and then this is for the cats. Actually, we could get one up here. The one from up here, and this is these little sort of play bits that they can sort of climb on. Try and pop that in there. There we go. So you got the cat having a play, and then you've got a little sort of ball for the cat. Got sort of a simple table and a nice couch here with some cushions. And then this is sort of part of the roof work coming through, and then I've got like sort of sink, and then a few boxes. I'm not sure what the story is here, but there's like newspapers under there, so I don't know the official story. Leave it to your imagination with the minifigure. And then if we flip around, you see you got the sort of nice plant, and then obviously the cat's food and water, and then we've got a ladder sort of just leading up here. And so if we just pop the roof on, I'll spin that round. So that's the ladder that leads up to the little hatch. So you can actually access and get onto the roof. That's how partly the chimney sweep can get up there. So it's actually mentioned in the instructions that this chimney here is actually a fake chimney, and the story was that they've changed it as they sort of renovated the building, because it's quite an old building, but this chimney does sort of go through, and you'll see if I just pop off, I don't know if you can see anything there, so it sort of extends through that top floor. But then if I just take off this, but it's very difficult one-handed. There you go, so the chimney would extend all the way down here to an actual fireplace. And then if I just try and clip on the pieces, and then we put the floors back on. So you can see just held it by a few sort of studs in here and there. So very easy to get off, so just pop that on like so. Again, difficult one-handed. I'll line it up. There we go. So pop that on, and then you can see there's even a little sort of balcony for the top floor to come out on. So yeah, that's the Tudor Corner. Incredible set, and actually an interesting shade just from a top-down perspective. You can see they've sort of packed in quite a lot, but at the actual base plate there is a large section, sort of unused area. So there's quite a lot of sort of pavement or sidewalk, as some people may say. But what they've done is they've got had the space then to do that unique angle, because that only extends onto the ground floor. But yeah, they fitted quite a lot in. So really impressive set, and I would say probably one of the best modular buildings they've ever done. So that's the detailed look at the Tudor Corner. I say detail, there's still little features I've noticed now even that I've not even mentioned, such as the drain pipe here, but it's just such a packed set full of lots of details. Really fun build, as I'm sure you can see from what I was describing. So yeah, I think this will look really good in the LEGO City. I'll place it up there in another video, because this video is going to run away too long. And in fact, I did actually get a third table. I think I mentioned in the past video, between the two tables. So I've got more space to work with now. So yeah, stay tuned for a future LEGO sort of City update on me placing different things up there. And then also I've got a few Bricklink Designer Series 3 sets, sort of coming. So it'd be fun to try and get those built actually in a really timely manner to show you all. So I'm planning on doing that soon too. So yeah, if you could stay tuned to the channel for all of that, and if you could like and subscribe, that'd be very much appreciated. And we hope to see you again next time. Bye.